الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد صدق الله العظيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. A very dear friend of mine recently had suffered quite a heart-wrenching betrayal. And he was clearly very distraught about this, very upset. It didn't help that he was, in a sense, a really model person, a model citizen. He generous to a fault, kind to a fault, hardworking, man of deen, person committed to his practice. And yeah, he gets delivered this blow, and his question was, why me? How can this happen to me? I'm a good man. I guess there's another way of framing this is, how can bad things happen to good people? We've earned our keep, we've done our dues, we've prayed our salah, we've paid our zakat. We've done everything that's required of us, and the prize is withheld, and we get betrayed. It's very unkind to say, but the truth of the matter is, when you have that experience, and the experience is one of, I've done so much good, and I've had this bad reward, if that's the line of text that you're running, it clearly has to mean that you are, at some level, you've made a contract with Allah. And it's a contract that says, you give me the reward and I behave well. Or rather, I behave well and you give me the reward. How do you know you have a contract with Allah? how do you know that you yourself are trying to hold Allah to a contract? Which is a better way of phrasing it. It is when things don't go your way and you feel disappointed, you feel upset, you feel cheated. Now, the experience that the man described is a very human, a very understandable experience. So, if you're reading disapproval of this man in what I'm about to say, you misunderstand me tremendously, because I can say, without fear of contradiction, there but for the grace of God go I. I myself am capable of having exactly that experience, and I've seen myself do it quite frequently. As soon as you're disappointed at saying that you thought that you'd done enough and that you deserved better, truth of the matter has to be that there's no contract, and that very often how we set up the deen in our own mind is really dysfunctional, because it's we sort of get taught, that we the reward for your good behavior is the hereafter. In other words, you are operating a contract. You are saying that if I do this and this and this, I'll have a good reward with my Rabb. Now, I'm not about to pick a fight with somebody who believes that that is the case, but I'm suggesting there's a way in which our motive can operate, which is the exact inverse of that. It's the exact opposite. And that's what it means to live unconditionally. Living unconditionally means to live outside of the contract. Living outside of the contract means that you don't do things to get things. You do things because of what you've gotten. You do your salah not because you're trying to score some negotiation points with him on the last day. By the way, there's the 2 rakats that you remember. Where's it on the account? That's silly. It's you don't do your salah to get the reward. You do your salah because there's no other way, more eloquent way for you to express the joy and the delight of what you've already been given. In other words, your action, your ibadat, is not it's not in essence done in the spirit of a contract. It's done in the spirit of gratitude. Now, when somebody behaves on the basis of gratitude, then they're not wanting to get something, they're wanting to give something. Their inside is not as emptiness that wants to be full. Their inside is a fullness that empties. But when you have somebody like that, that person's salah stays delightful and delighted. And that person doesn't run out of steam when it looks like it's seeming a little bit futile. What am I doing this for? Well, it's futile if you're doing it to get some sort of a reward. And I think the most profound reason that one can offer for attempting to learn how to act unconditionally, attempting to burn the contract, is to understand that he doesn't have a contract with you. You didn't come into this world with a price tag stapled to the front of your head. so many salahs. Huh? He has given you your life. He's given you you. He's given you your ability to breathe, to walk, to look, as a completely unconditional gift. He said to you, the beginning of your being, said, go and be yourself. He granted you you. He didn't say, this is like, there wasn't a banker. Here's the hire purchase agreement. This is what you have to pay back. No. So he doesn't have a contract with you. If he had a contract with you, explain to me how it is that really bad people, just like really good things can have, bad things can happen to really good people, explain to me how really good things can happen to bad people. And they do. That means to say he's beyond the contract. There is an immense freedom that sits underneath this very bitter pill of learning to act without wanting to get some kind of an outcome or some kind of a result. Learning to act only because it's the most appropriate thing that a full being can do in this moment, in the situation. That's what he wants of you, and that's what I do. A person who does like that is free. A person who's negotiating, a person who's all the time trying to work some kind of a contract, is a slave. May Allah grant us nearness to Him. May He grant us annihilation in Him. May He grant us the freedom of acting on the basis of gratitude. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك نبينا وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.